Today's book is called The Bad Seed. It was written by Jory John and illustrations by Pete Oswald. The Bad Seed. Now, we're going to figure out why the seed is bad. Most of the seeds that I know are pretty good. They're pretty tasty too. So, again, the bad seed, and we're going to find out what makes this seed so bad. All right, let's get started. The Bad Seed by Jory John. I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. There he is right there, giving us a big old frown. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, that seed is so bad. When they think I'm listening, they mumble, there goes a bad seed. There he is right there. Wonder why this seed is so bad. But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. How bad am I? You really want to know? Let's take a closer look at this picture before we proceed. Are there any seeds that we recognize here? Anything that we recognize that we may eat on this page? I see these guys look familiar here. Those kind of look like, I think I brought one, a pistachio. Yeah. And this guy, this furry guy over here, and his little boy there, those are coconuts. So these may be things that we never really thought of were seeds, right? But we'll get to that in a bit. So, we really want to know how bad this seed is? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell long jokes with no punchlines. I never wash my hands or feet. That's not good. Wash your hands. Everyone, wash your hands. I never wash my hands or feet. I lie about pointless stuff. I cut in line every time. So this seed maybe isn't the most polite, is not the most respectful seed, and he should definitely be washing his hands, right? Yes, for at least 20 seconds with soap, warm water. All right, so now we see how bad this seed is. Always late to things, kind of lying about stuff. I stare at everyone. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. And I do lots of other bad things too. Know why? Because I'm a bad seed. So what's he doing in this picture that makes him a bad seed? Well, looks like he's playing the drums in the library. And I don't know about you, but my local library would get pretty angry if I started playing drums there. And can we see another seed on this page, which we may not have recognized as a seed? This guy over here. He looks like a peanut. Are peanut seeds? Well, let's figure out more about that. Anyway, he just wants to remind us that he is a bad seed. Look at those angry eyes right there. All right. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. So there's a seed and his family living on a sunflower. Now, why would a seed be living on a sunflower? But then the petals dropped, and our flower drooped, as all the seeds are falling down. So him and his family were living on a sunflower, right? Living on the head of a sunflower. The petals dropped, and they all drooped. I wonder what's happening. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Sunflower seeds, a bag of sunflower seeds. So he's going back in his memory before he was bad. Everything went dark. And then, a giant. So there he is. He's got harvested into a bag of sunflower seeds, and someone's eating him at a baseball game. I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed and hollered, but was spit out at the last possible second. So he thought he was done for, and he got spit out. I flew through the air, and I landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. Thud. Right into some gross chewing gum there. When I woke up, it was dark outside. A wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something changed in me. I'd become a different seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. So that's our bad seed's origin story. He was harvested, chewed up, and spit out onto some gum. That's why he's bad now. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was a friend to nobody and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose and lived inside a soda can. I didn't care, and it suited me. Until recently, I made a big decision. I decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I still forget to listen, and I still show up late, and I still talk during movies, and I do all kinds of other bad stuff. But I also say thank you, and I say please, and I smile, and I hold the doors open for people. Not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad, sometimes I feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking, maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. There's our seed. Looks a little different than he did before, right? Hey, look, there goes that bad seed. Actually, he's not that bad anymore, he says. I heard that. What can we recognize on this page here? I recognize actually all of these seeds, do you? See, these two seeds here may not look like much, but I believe these are popcorn seeds, or corn kernels, which we pop and get popcorn for. There's our old friend, the pistachio. And there's our old friend, the one-time bad seed, who's now a good seed. Because I heard that. So, that was the book, The Bad Seed. Now, most seeds, as I said, I know to be good. And a lot of seeds we don't think of as actual seeds, like we may think of them as nuts. And there are some true nuts, but also a lot of nuts are just seeds, like the pistachio. Pistachio, right here, is a seed, right? When you cut open an apple, and in the middle, there are those holes. The seeds are in there. We have seeds in something as big as an avocado, that pit. Seeds are pretty big. And also we have very tiny, tiny, tiny seeds, like these milkweed seeds, which you can't even really see, but these are milkweed seeds. So the point here is that seeds, although this one, was bad for a little bit, are actually really, really, really good. And seeds are responsible for plants, the plants that we see everywhere, being so successful, and for plants having over 300,000 species, and for plants being literally everywhere we look, because a lot of plants reproduce through seeds. And seeds, as I said, come in all shapes and sizes. We have pistachios, we have these big pit seeds, like from an avocado. We have tiny, tiny little milkweed seeds here. So this is a seed. This is a seed. There's also a seed out there from a palm tree called the Coco de Mer. And this seed that I don't have with me, but it's from a palm tree, on a very specific island, is about this big and can weigh about 60 pounds. So little baby bitty seeds, giant 60-pound coconut seeds, or palm tree seeds, excuse me. So this seed, though he thought he was so bad and so tough and so mean, is actually a part of the process that ensures the evolutionary success of plants. Seeds are tough. Our seed here was pretty tough. He was a tough guy. But seeds themselves are tough because most seeds that you see, whether you can see it or not, have a really hard external layer, whether it's something as kind of obvious as this, kind of woody, or the shell of a pistachio, pretty hard, you know that if you bite into it, to having a protective layer that may be a fruit, right? A fruit, the fruit that we like to eat, apples, oranges, some citrus fruits, that fleshy part is just protection for the seed, right? To make sure that the seed finds a place that it will grow. And seeds are smart. They can be smart, you know? Our seed was pretty smart. He recognized the error of his ways. He knew he was being bad, and so he became good. But seeds are smart in another kind of way. Not really like brain smart, right? But through the millions of years that plants and seeds have been around, they've adapted to disperse in many different ways, right? Some seeds, like the seeds to this plant here, the seeds are these dark parts, right? Almost like dandelion seeds, are spread through the wind, right? So the wind will blow. If you've ever blown on a dandelion, right, to make a wish, those are seeds, right? You're dispersing the seeds. They're being carried by the wind so that they can find a place to grow, and that just ensures the survival of their species. So seeds can either go on the wind. Some seeds, they explode out of their plants so that they can get some distance, like the seeds to a witch hazel plant. There's actually videos of the pod, right? You're just looking at the pod, and then it pops, it explodes, and then seeds fly out, and they go find somewhere to live. Some seeds rely on being attractive to animals by either sticking on their fur, and then the animal will travel, and then the seed will fall off, or the animal will eat the fruit of something, right? And then it'll digest the fruit, and it'll poop out the seed somewhere, right? Already in a case of fertilizer, essentially. So although our seed thought he was bad for a little bit, as I said, he's actually part of the reason, right? He became a good seed, but he is playing his part in ensuring the survival of his particular species, right? The sunflower. So aside from being really kind of technologically and evolutionarily advanced to ensure that they grow somewhere, right? Humans have used seeds for hundreds of different things. Our seed was a sunflower seed, which I don't know if any of you out there like to eat sunflower seeds. Put in the comment if you do. I like them extra salty with a little bit of dill flavor. They're kind of hard to find, but I really like them. You know, so some seeds we eat or we chew. We get oils from seeds. We press the seeds really hard. We get oils like sunflower oil, safflower oil. We season our food with seeds. Pepper, dill, mustard is ground up mustard seeds. Coffee, if any of you out there drink coffee, or your parents or your guardians, they drink coffee. Coffee comes from seeds. So seeds are really important and sometimes overlooked. Even here, I found a seed in the grass that looks like a little squirrel has got into. This was totally not planned. Little seed right there. So seeds are everywhere. Seeds are super important. Without seeds, we wouldn't have plants. everywhere we look, right? And without plants, the world would be a very different and inhospitable place for humans. So I would encourage you, just a small little kind of noticing activity, in your house, on your walk, in a park, if you go out, we're being safe, just keep an eye open for how many different kinds of seeds there are, whether they are little wispy ones that go on the wind, or if you see the maple seeds that kind of do the helicopter thing that will take them far distances, whether they're just kind of barely noticeable things that shake off of a plant, like these milkweed seeds here, or whether they're really big and obvious and in-your-face seeds, like this avocado pit here, or seeds that you like to eat, like a pistachio, right? This outside isn't the seed. This is the seed on the inside. It's actually pretty tasty. So, like our friend the seed, who became good and starts traveling, there, see? There's a bad seed. He's not so bad. Just notice all the seeds that play a part in your life. The seeds that you eat, the seeds that you plant, they're everywhere, and they're very important, and they're all like our friend. They're really good seeds. So, thank you for joining us on this quick Friday story time about the bad seed. This was written by Jory John, and the illustrations were by Pete Oswald. Very good book. And just take a couple minutes to, in your day, look around and notice how important seeds are. Although they may be tiny, 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 tiny seeds, like this one, without them there would hardly be any life on this earth, really. So, thank you for joining us. My name was Justin, and I'm a gallery interpreter at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. The book was The Bad Seed. Take a moment, appreciate all the good seeds in your life, like our friend became. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Have a great and safe weekend. Seeds all over me now. And I will see you next time. Have a good weekend. Bye.